Well, hey there. Welcome to the Paw Chronicles and More with Jim. This is the more part. Well, I'm in my paw patch and we're getting ready to test out this little thing that I made to help me get this bag off this root. And this is not a paw, it's a persimmon. This is the more part. And we're going to try to do a close-up on taking this off. And we're going to set this over here off to the side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that bag, we want to turn it inside out. And I'm going to take this little bucket, it's the same diameter, maybe a little smaller than the bag, to set the bag on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a zoom in, and we're going to do this up close so you can see exactly what it is I'll be doing to get this bag off, and then we'll take a look at the root structure and talk for a moment. Give me just a sec, bear with me. We're zooming her in. We want to get just above that bucket. And we're going to set that tree on that bucket and we're going to go to work. Nice cool day to transplant a tree. I'll get my knife out here. And we're going to set the tree up there just like that. What I'm going to take this little utility knife and I'm going to show you something that I do. There's two stitches, an outer stitch and an inner stitch. What we're going to do is we're going to score down through here on this outer stitch, and I want to try later on just peel it down a little bit and then see if I can turn it inside out. But for the purposes of showing you how I go about doing this and make it easier for you if you decide to go this route. You've gotten that loosened out. Now I'm going to pull all that excess out of there. Get it out. Take it down a little further. I'm kind of excited to be able to have the opportunity to see what kind of root structure we got down here. Hopefully the root holds together. It's a little bit moist where I try to keep it watered. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to open this up. That seam, you see the seam has been opened up, and I'm going to take the knife, I'm going to insert it, and I'm going to ride it right down that seam. It acts like that soil wants to come apart. Let's hope it don't. Because the last thing I want to do is deal with a bare root tree, especially this size. Now I'm going to go upward. We're going to open it up. All right. take the knife, I'm going to set it down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to utilize the bucket to turn this bag inside out, pull it down, and we're going to get a really good look at how this root structure is. There's got to be a lot of root involved with this tree. That's a good sized tree. Now, as you can see, it's been turned completely inside out. This is the first time I've used this little fixture that I created. And we can turn the bucket and really have a close look. We see a lot of root fiber out to the side. We're not seeing any twisting going on. That is a big, big plus. We don't want to see the twisting going on. But as far as root going around in a circle, looking very good. We got a lot of root mass, a lot of root mass. And it's like it's a root ball. And it's holding together fairly decent. We'll let it sit here for a minute and talk to you. Now, some folks will ask, can you reuse the bag? I mean, they think that's the end of the bag. It is not the end of the bag, because I have one right here that had been reused. And what I do is I take that seam and I pinch the seam back together, and the bag is made out of the same material that a regular pot is made out of. It's plastic. It's felt on the inside. That's what grabs the root and keeps the root from twisting around in there. And when you open these bags up and you look inside, you can see light penetrating through the bag. So the bag is designed to create somewhat of an air pruning that cauterizes the root. And that's how it generates all the root matter. But what I do is I take a solder iron and I pull the seam back together, and I poke holes all the way down where that seam was, and I use zip ties to put that back together and reuse that bag. Now, one of the things I've noticed that people are doing is they're buying trees that are big like this inside of pots like this. And what you're going to get is your root structure is going to go down, and it's going to start turning and turning and turning and turning. And you're going to get root binding out of that. And that root binding will stay with that tree for the rest of its natural life. And when you take them out of these pots, you're going to want to break the root apart, get it all opened up, and set it down into the hole, and then do your plant and hope for the best that it lives. Whereas with this right here, I'll set it down into the ground just like it is, and I'll fill dirt around it, because we have root matter, real fine root matter, that's sticking outwards, that the bag pulled and it kind of like broke it a little bit, but it won't hurt it. And what it'll do is that root matter, it'll go ahead and push, and it'll push throughout the soil. So I don't have to worry about breaking this root ball apart to get it in the ground. Now I'm going to try to see if I can't get it off the bottom and take it over to the hole and set it down in there. This was just something that I wanted to show you. I created this stand, and by the way, this is the first time that I've ever used this stand. I thought about it, and I thought I got to figure out a way to turn that bag inside out, and this is what it turned out to be. You can see the root I just peeled off that bag right there. There's more root. The bag, like I said, is reusable. But let me get this off and hope for the best. My name's Jim. If you like what you see, subscribe. Don't forget to click on that bell for any notifications. Any comments or questions that you may have, I welcome. Y'all have a God-blessed day. Real quick, like, we'll look at the bottom before I walk away though. No root binding. Y'all take care.